Godzilla -1. You know what my wife said? This is how I know it was good. She said he's ugly. She said Godzilla looked ugly in this movie. She's used to the legendary version of Godzilla, the kinder, softer. This version of God, there's two versions of Godzilla in this movie. In the very beginning, the kamikaze pilot that chickens out and he lands on an island, he's claiming his plane had faulty mechanical issues. So the first version of Godzilla shows up that night. He's about 30 to 35 feet tall. He's more like a T-Rex than anything. He kills everybody. They try to launch and they try to before they all get killed, all the mechanics get killed except for one. That's Toshibana, right? They send Shikishima to his plane to go shoot it when it crosses its firing pattern. He's like, shoot, pull the trigger. And he couldn't pull the trigger. Meanwhile, this 35-foot version of Godzilla is just killing everybody, smashing everybody, crushing everybody. He chomps on these people's heads and the bodies and just throws them off screen. Very, very visceral, right? And so there's only two survivors left from that attack. It's Shikishima, the pilot, and then Toshibana, the mechanic. Fast forward a few years later, the Bikini Atoll hydrogen bomb, they blow it, they explode it. That infuses Godzilla with another transformation. So the next time you see Godzilla is, I believe, he crushes a Japanese naval ship. But the chase scene, oh my God, the scene that you've seen in the trailers. So what ends up happening, Shikishima ends up, he gets with this chick, finds a chick. Oh no, I take that back. So that first Godzilla left that night and goes to terrorize the city. So in the aftermath, Shikishima finds this lady and a baby. They live together, whatever the case may be. He gets a job deconstructing the mines, right? This is World War II, so the sea is filled with mines, right? And they go and they do mine sweeps to deactivate the mines. Godzilla shows up. Godzilla chases the boat, and the way Godzilla's eyes are like he's locked in on this boat, and he's all burnt, he's charred, he's burnt up. My God! So they drop the mine in the water while he's chasing them, and then he shoots and he blows the mine up. It blows Godzilla's jaw like wide open. So Godzilla's just, his jaw, and then his jaw regenerates, so he can regenerate any injury, right? Okay. So they get away. The next time you see Godzilla, he comes on land and he wreaks havoc. Listen, Godzilla throws himself into a building. Like he literally threw himself into the Nippon building on purpose. Like he's just destroying everything, killing everybody in sight. And so then we wait and he's killing. Shikishima gets the girl, Noriko. And then, he's still in the boat and he gets to land before he can get back to get her and the baby. So the highlight of the entire movie is the atomic breath. When he charges up, his spine shoot out, his dorsal fins shoot up out of his back, and then they raise up, and then they lock in, and he just shoots this beam, and it's a goddamn atomic explosion. And Godzilla's just looking at the mushroom cloud. Yo, this is hands down the best Godzilla movie ever. Hands down. I don't care what Legendary does. I like Legendary's Godzilla, but this, with this versus the 1954 version, this is by far the best. Get out. She's mad because no one told us it was going to be in English. It's subtitles, y'all. He had to read it. It still flowed pretty good. So anywho, Japan ask the U.S. for help. The U.S. says no because y'all cool with Russia. So the Japanese government is by themselves. So they ask a bunch of fishermen to help. One of Shikishima's co-workers is a scientist for the Naval Department. They come up with a plan to sink Godzilla, to kill him through decompression. Okay, so they're gonna wrap a bunch of balloons around him, sink him into a trench, and hopefully the decompression kills him, right? The pressure of the trench. If the pressure of the trench doesn't kill him, then they're gonna raise the balloons up and make him rapidly ascend, and then the decompression should kill him because of the bends. You know what? Deep sea divers, you gotta come up kind of slow. You can't come up too fast because of decompression in the lungs, the air pressure. You get the bends and it can make your shit explode. Basically. So, moving forward, third act, bunch of fishermen, regular folk that fought in the war, they come back to they lure Godzilla, and so Shikishima gets a brand new plane. He finds Toshibana to fix the plane. He's like, oh, you a coward, you left. But then Toshibana comes to help fix the plane. It's a brand new plane, prototype plane. So he's out there flying towards Godzilla. They lure Godzilla. They're out in the ocean, and so all their ships wrap the belt with the balloons around Godzilla. Cool, they got him trapped. Cool, they launched the balloons. They sink him in the trench, right? He's out in the trench. They're like, okay, the pressure of the trench should kill him. Doesn't kill him per se. So they're like, okay, blow the balloons back up, raise them up really quick so decompression can finish him off. So they set the balloons off. They're raising them back up pretty fast. Halfway through, it gets stuck. Chains get stuck. They're like, oh my god, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? He's stuck. So a bunch of these other fishermen came out the blue, these regular folk, like, hey, we're here to help. So they're like, okay, let's raise Godzilla up. They raise him up. Decompression has injured him, but he's not dead. He's got these yellow holes in him, like he's damaged, right? So he's about to fire up the beam again, the atomic breath again. So here comes Shikishima, and he's about to, because he's like, I got to save my family and all this and this and that. This whole subplot with Shikishima and Noriko and the little girl, I didn't care for, but it was cute. Okay, so Shikishima is about to fly into and sacrifice himself into Godzilla, right? As like he has this whole thing about, failure and this brooding, like I should be dead and I'm a failure, whatever. So as Godzilla charges up the atomic breath, I mean the spine, the shot's a beautiful shot. Every time this spine just, and then it locks it. Okay, so he's about to fire. So then Shikishima flies the plane in Godzilla's mouth. Boom. So when it hits his mouth, it's like it just dead stop. And everybody's like, and it's quiet. Everybody's like, he killed himself. So then Shikishima, you see him parachute out, because before the scene had cut, when Toshibana was telling him, hey, there's one more thing I want to show you, ejection seat. He tells him, live. I want you to live. He ejects. Godzilla heads explode with the plane because he released the bomb. It's in his mouth. His head completely blows off. And the energy from the atomic breath just seeps out of the holes in his body, disintegrates his body, right? So then everyone's like, oh yeah, we won, we defeated. Everyone goes back to their normal life. Last shot is the pieces, there's a chunk of Godzilla, and it starts to regenerate. And then you hear the theme music. Boom, we're getting a sequel. Godzilla, minute one. Yo, that shit was dope. Yo, he's killing everybody. I'm like, yeah, kill him. Kill everybody. Yeah. Best Godzilla movie, hands down. Hands down. Ain't no question about it. I get it. Godzilla X Kong Evil Empire coming out next year. Cool. This one here, minus one, is the definite Godzilla movie. I loved it. I mean, he when he shot his atomic breath, right, after he got them blown up to shit, his face is smoking. It was so, the heat, you can see the smoke out of his jaw, out of his side of his face. You know what I'm saying? It was, visually, he just looked awesome. He just scary as shit, man. Especially when he's chasing the boat, because his eyes are wide and he's locked in on that boat. And I'm just like, God damn it, that shit looks scary as hell. All right, I'm done. That is my movie review for Godzilla minus one. Hands down.